Everybody loved a long waiting story that ended loudly. After service, one church auntie held Soteria's hand and smiled deeply. "My daughter, even if it has not happened physically, say it by faith." And Soteria laughed awkwardly, thinking it was a joke, until another sister nodded seriously and added, "God will honor your faith." That night, Soteria could not sleep properly because her mind was running like a generator without fuel. She kept asking herself when faith became acting and when trust became performance. She remembered how God had always kept his word without her helping him lie. And she remembered how Abraham waited and waited, and God still showed up without Abraham announcing pregnancy before Sarah conceived. So she whispered a prayer asking God to help her remain truthful even when the truth looked slow. She decided that even if she had nothing loud to testify about, she would still trust God fully because she strongly believed that God does not need lies to move him, and that blessings do not respond to drama but to faith. After all, the same God who spoke promises long enough is faithful enough to fulfill them without human assistance. However, by the time they entered the week before Christmas, everything started moving fast because pressure had grown legs. Everywhere Soteria turned, everybody was reminding her that this Christmas was not an ordinary one. Even the church notice board seemed to be shouting at her because it now had bold red letters written on it saying Christmas service, Day of Testimonies. She stood there for a moment reading it as if it was reading her back. One Tuesday evening, her phone rang, and when she picked it up, she heard the familiar soft but serious voice of Evangelia, the prayer group leader, greeting her like someone who had called to borrow something important. "Soteria, my dear, how are you feeling today?" "I am fine, ma," Soteria replied gently, already sensing that this was not just a greeting. Evangelia cleared her throat and continued, "We are having a small prayer meeting tomorrow evening. Just leaders only. We would like you to attend." Soteria hesitated a little and asked, "Is anything wrong?" No, Evangelia laughed lightly. "Nothing is wrong. We just want to encourage your faith." Now, encourage was a sweet word, but Soteria noticed that encouragement recently seemed like correction wearing perfume. Yet, she agreed politely because refusing a church invitation in December was like refusing food at a wedding. The next evening, she dressed up and went to the church office where only a few chairs were arranged. However, as she entered the church, she noticed how everyone smiled at her the way people smile